What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be comparing shooting handheld versus shooting with a gimbal and when and why you should choose each one. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I will be having many more video and photography tips and tutorial videos posted soon, as well as many giveaways, presets, LUTs, all of that good stuff. So subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. There's always a big gimbal versus handheld debate. Some people swear by shooting handheld, some people only use the gimbal, and there's always a big argument about which one you should use and why. But at the end of the day, we have to remember that both of these devices are tools and should be used as such. The gimbal can't give you what handheld gives you, and handheld can't give you what the gimbal gives you. Story is always the most important thing, and that is what should drive your decision on which one of these you should choose. Some people avoid shooting with the gimbal because they feel like everyone's doing it, the movements are robotic, sometimes the shots are just too smooth, that's another device that you have to worry about charging, it can malfunction on you, so on and so on. And although you can get pretty smooth shots shooting handheld, it just never will be as smooth as it is on the gimbal. Shooting handheld, on the other hand, is always free. You don't have to worry about any special equipment. It's there all the time. You don't have to pack anything extra if you don't want. But you do sacrifice stability in those tough situations where things might be really bad. So at the end of the day, both of these tools are very important. You just have to know when and why to use each one. One thing I hear about shooting handheld a lot is that it makes it look like you're there. And I don't necessarily agree with that because your eyes pretty much work like a gimbal. So we see normal life pretty smooth. But that does not mean that everything should be shot on the gimbal. The way I personally look at the situation is the gimbal removes attention from the movement and handheld brings attention to the movements. So if in your story you need the motion to translate to your audience, I would shoot handheld. If you want to eliminate the motion from the audience, then I would shoot on the gimbal. So let's say we have a scene where someone's running through the woods. Of course it's not going to be the smoothest situation, and most likely they're running because of a reason, some sort of panic or crisis going on. So that's going to be a very jarring situation. So shooting handheld will most likely be the right choice for this, versus if they're running through the woods and hopping over things and the camera just floating along like on a cloud or something. That might take away from the purpose of the story a bit. And on the other hand, if you have some kind of dreamy sequence with like a model or a beauty shot and it's in slow motion or something like that, in that case you may want to use the gimbal because it removes the motion of the camera from the audience and helps them focus on the subject and what's going on in the picture. So at the end of the day, I would never base my decision on what tool to use based on others people's actions, because it's your story and you have to tell it the best way that you can possibly tell it. So if I need to pick up my gimbal, I'm going to pick it up. If I need to shoot handheld, I'm going to shoot handheld. It has nothing to do with what everyone's doing. It has nothing to do with what's cool or not. It's all about telling the story in the best way that you can tell it. So to recap, both of these tools are very important and they both have their own place in the filmmaking process. You as a director just have to figure out which one tells your story the best. As always with art, we all do things differently and these are my opinions. So if you guys have your own method of figuring out which tool to use, go ahead and comment your thought process below. If this video was helpful, smash the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and follow me on Instagram. Links below. I'll see you guys next time.